project Focal is complete. I have been listening to this system in my car without subs for probably close to a week or two now, and it sounds absolutely incredible. I had a chance to turn off the subs and go into my EQ and really dial it in, and it sounds incredible. One of the biggest surprises that I had is, of course, we know that mid-range here is pretty close to firing to the side of my body. I'll shut the door so you can see exactly where it's at. This is how I sit. It's not directly to the side of my body, but slightly in front of it. It's still not ideal, but the biggest surprise that I've had is that it doesn't really take away from my soundstage. Being a mid-range speaker, it's not as directional as the tweeter is. So all of my overall sound still appears to be in front of me for the most part. On my Android head unit, I have the ability to do some really in-depth time alignment. So I can move my front stage wherever I want it to be in the car. If I want it to be right in front of the steering wheel, I can put it there. If I want it to be in the middle of the dash, I can put it there. Wherever I want the sound stage to be, I can shift it. So I was able to EQ this a little bit so that it doesn't take away so much from the rest of the sound stage. And so far, so good. So you guys were listening to a non-copyrighted song, and it sounded really, really good. I don't know how well it came through on the YouTube video, but it sounds incredible here. The mid-range in these speakers is beautiful. It sounds so good. Even in some door panels, but with some sound deadening, it sounds very good. It is very present. These speakers eat power, and they really outshine my previous speakers when it comes to bass. Just sounds a lot smoother and even a little bit more present as well. So this was a purchase worth purchasing. This cost me $379. If you get the ones with grills, it costs you $399. I was able to find some 4-inch grills to go on the mid-range, so I'm gonna put those on a little bit later, but it'll look a little bit like something like that, so that when people are in here besides me, there's not a chance of damaging the speaker itself. And I think it'll look just a little bit better not being so exposed. But overall, this Focal system sounds incredible. And this is like their entry-level three-way system. There's a way higher, there's so many different tiers above this, and I can't imagine what those sound like if this sounds like this. So if you're eyeballing these speakers for your car, do it. Even if you don't have a three-way factory system, I think it's worth trying to figure out how to get one. If you've missed the first 3 parts of Project Focal, I talked about how I went about getting these in the doors and where I set it all up and just an overall product overview. So if you missed the first few episodes of Project Focal, you owe it to yourself to go back and watch. This was the finale, the sound demo. Sounds incredible. I just can't tell you guys more. It's so much easier to hear it than to explain it, but solid mid-range. Not this mid-range, but like overall the bass presence is really good. I'll show you guys the EQ. So here's how I have mine EQ'd here. Kind of hard to see. So I knocked off 20 hertz all the way down. You don't need to be playing 20 hertz through your door speakers ever at any point. 31 hertz, I knock it down to -6, and then I left 50 at flat, -2, 80 hertz, 125 hertz was -3, and so on and so forth. It was just so much nicer sounding. They do really good at bass, but oftentimes I like to listen to my system really, really loud. So if you're listening to your system loud and you have a whole bunch of low bass pumping towards your door speakers, you're going to destroy them. And my radio has a nice little graph so I can see what it's doing. So you can see that I left this kind of flat, kind of dipped it down here a little bit, kind of kept the mid-range pretty high, and then I really rolled off on my low end because the tweeters are so good. I didn't want them to be too fatiguing, so I lowered that way down. But you can see my bass drops off really quickly after about 50 hertz because you don't need it. I have a subwoofer in here, so it's going to take care of all that stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for Project Focal. I hope for those who did watch that you enjoyed it. I don't do a lot of car audio, but when I do, I try to make it as fun and entertaining as possible. But with that being said, if you are looking at anything Focal, home theater or car audio, go buy it. You're not going to be disappointed. It's impossible to buy a Focal product and be disappointed. I promise. They're just on top of their game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the series, the little miniature episodes. I had a lot of fun, and we'll do a lot more listening to this system in the coming days, months, and weeks. So with that being said, guys, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have a car audio system. What system do you have currently in your car? Tell me all your door speakers. Tell me what's in the rears. Tell me if you have a sub, what kind of amps. Tell me all that stuff down below in the comment section. Hit that like and subscribe if you're not already. We will see you in the next video. K-Pace Guy out. Peace.